we learned two cases of economic instability and the respective fiscal policy to move towards the natural equilibrium. Now let's learn how actually fiscal policy affects different determinants of economy to bring desired changes. Fiscal policy of Mr. Government can affect demand side and supply side of the economy. Let's first concentrate on the demand side effect. Demand side fiscal policy is about manipulating the eddy curve in order to boost demand. As we know, Mr. Government has two basic tools to control the economy, that is, government spending and tax rates. Let's see how do changes in government purchases, that is G, and taxes, that is T, affect aggregate demand. Recall that a change in consumption, investment, government purchases, or net exports can change aggregate demand and therefore shift the eddy curve. For example, an increase in government purchases, that is G, increases aggregate demand and shifts the eddy curve to the right. A decrease in G decreases aggregate demand and shifts the eddy curve to the left. A change in taxes, that is T, can affect consumption, investment, or both, and it therefore can affect aggregate demand. For example, a decrease in income taxes increases disposable, that is after-tax income, which permits individuals to increase their consumption. As consumption rises, the eddy curve shifts to the right. An increase in taxes decreases disposable income, lowers consumption. As consumption falls, eddy curve shifts to left. To have a holistic idea of fiscal policy, let's delve more into effects of government spending and taxes. The model of the economy in exhibit shows a downward sloping eddy curve and an upward sloping SRAS curve. As you can see, the economy is initially in a recessionary gap at point 1. Aggregate demand is too low to move the economy to equilibrium at the natural real GDP level. As we have seen earlier, the economists supporting self-regulation mechanism suggest that the economy would automatically turn towards equilibrium. That is, the shortened aggregate supply curve should shift rightward and intersect the aggregate demand curve at point 2 if one waits enough. However, the Keynesian perspective of the economy here is that the economy is not self-regulating. As you may recall, the Keynesians argue that either the economy is stuck at point 1 and won't move naturally to point 2, perhaps because wage rates won't fall, or the shortened aggregate supply curve takes too long to shift rightward, and in the interim, we must deal with the high cost of unemployment and a lower level of real GDP. So, the Keynesian prescription is to enact expansionary fiscal policy measures, an increase in government purchases and or a decrease in taxes from Mr. Government shifts the aggregate demand curve rightward from AD1 to AD2 and moves the economy to the natural real GDP level at point 2 dash. Let's summarize it in the following way. To overcome from recessionary gap, government adopts expansionary fiscal policy in which government expenditure increases and taxes decreases. In result, it increases government expenditure, consumption and investment, which finally shifts the eddy curve to rightward.